Hi guys, the Metal Maniac back again, and this video I'm gonna be doing a review on Slayer Live Undead. Now, I think this is a very mandatory review because just like with the Haunting the Chapel EP, there was no review of the album. Of the release last time I checked YouTube. So I think, yeah. So with this, I think this video is going to be the first review of this. I'm pretty sure. Depending if somebody uploaded a review of this before me, I don't know. It's either the first or one of the first. But anyway, Slayer Live Undead. This was released in 1984, so 1 year after the release of their first album, and then this was released after the first album, and then the Haunting the Chapel EP. But this was before Hell Awaits. This particular version was a 2004 re-release. There were actually two different versions of this live album. One is the standard version, which is the lesser of the lesser popular of the two versions. And then there's the most popular one, which has bonus tracks, which is just the Haunting the Chapel EP. Now, I got this off of Amazon a while ago, mint condition and everything. They listed their page as it being the version with the Haunting the Chapel EP on it. So and this is before I actually got the actual individual EP. So so I was very excited, and then it arrived, and yeah, they sent the version without the EP on it. They lied. I mean, I was an idiot as always for not checking the reviews before buying, and apparently everyone who bought that from Amazon page that listed this as the version with EP, Haunting the Chapel EP, everyone in their review said, yeah, this is not the version that was listed. And it's interesting because usually Amazon themselves are very reliable. It's usually third-party sellers that aren't. But this is actually Amazon. This was not a third-party seller, so I don't know what happened there. I guess someone was too lazy to actually look for the other version and stock up on it. I don't know. It's stupid. But, yeah, luckily now I actually have the individual EP, so I don't have to worry about not having the version of this that has it on it. Anyway, enough of album drama aside. Yeah, anyway, this was released in 1984, and of course it has the classic Slayer lineup with Tom Araya on vocals and bass, and wait, hold on. Jeff Hanneman. I don't know why I said Chris Hanneman. Jeff Hanneman on lead guitars, and Kerry King on also lead guitars, and of course Dave Lombardo on drums, one of my favorite drummers of all time. Now there's sort of a bit of a rumor going on with this particular live album. People say that this is not a legit live album because apparently, as rumor has it, this was not recorded during a tour, like in like an arena or stadium or anything. Apparently everyone says that this was recorded in, like, I think the studio with just a couple dozen of close friends of the band members. But who knows? I mean, the producer who produced this album, he hasn't really said anything much. He kind of like avoids the question like the plague, avoids answering the question like a plague, and the only thing he's said so far is that something along the lines of, I don't want to ruin the magic of making albums or something like that. But yeah, so far he's kind of like tried to avoid answering that question whether or not it is a legit live album or not. But yeah. So this album does have some rumor and speculation going on around about it. Um, yeah, I'm gonna get on to the tracks now. There's a 7, so this won't be a long review. Number 1 is, of course, what? The course. Anyway, Black Magic. I really prefer this particular version of Black Magic as opposed to the studio album. Even though I love the version on Show No Mercy, this one just is 10 times better. Like, it's very more raw, more venomous, and overall extremely more fast paced. Like, and that's typical with live Slayer songs. Like when they play them live, they're a lot more fast paced and they have a lot more life to them. But that's not to say the studio version sucks. I still like the studio version, but yeah, overall, this particular live version is just amazing. Let's see. Track number 2, Die by the Sword. Now, even though I don't like this song, I do like the intro that Tom Araya does. So before they play the song, Tom Araya's like, was it? Oh yeah, they say the pen is mightier than the sword. Well, I say, fuck the pen, because you can die by the sword. You know, that's just oh, Tom Araya, you're a legend. Anyway, I just thought that was pretty cool. I love that. Let's see. Track number 3, Captor of Sin. Originally, I didn't like the song. When I first heard it. I mean, all the way back on the Haunting the Chapel EP. When I first heard it on the Haunting the Chapel EP, I didn't really like it, but when I heard it on this version, I thought it was actually pretty good. It's kind of growing on me a bit. So yeah, pretty good. The Antichrist is up next. Oh, now I ever so slightly prefer the studio version a bit more. I don't know why. I can't really explain why I do. I just do. Although this is a really good version too. I really like when he sings the chorus. When Tom Morris sings the chorus, he sings it super, 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 super fast, and with a slightly more high pitched screech than he does on the studio version. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just like the studio version slightly more. Then Evil House. Can't speak again. I'm so sorry. Evil Has No Boundaries is track number 5, and this is a good live song. Although I will say the beginning guitar screech paired with Tom Araya's screeching isn't as good as it is on the studio album, just because they can on the studio version it's very of course it's edited because it is a studio version, so they can you know, put them together so his screech and the guitar screech is timed exactly perfectly. Whereas here, because it is a live version, it's not as perfectly timed. But yeah, it's still pretty good. And then the song itself is also pretty good. Show No Mercy. What an awesome song to play live. Like, that one's awesome. I'd say, oh no, I'm gonna get to it after the last song. Anyway, pretty good. Actually, really good. Sorry, not pretty good, really good. Track number 7, the last track on Live Undead, is Aggressive Perfector. I really like this version. Although, I would say this version and then the studio version of the Haunting in the Chapel EP, both of them are tied as being great. But yeah. Overall, I would say my 3 favorites from this live album are Black Magic, The Antichrist, and Show No Mercy. Overall, this is a fantastic, fantastic live album. Extremely, extremely underrated. Like, I have to say that twice because it is. It's extremely, extremely underrated because, I mean, I don't know, it's slowly being forgot about, kind of like with Show No Mercy. But yeah, this was back in the day when Slayer could do no wrong. Like, yeah, this was in the early days when they were just perfect. Before they found their quote unquote signature sound. But yeah, just look at that artwork too. Like, I always wonder why they made it a circle instead of having it the full thing of the album cover. I could only assume that maybe the vinyl version, maybe the vinyl itself has the full artwork. And then it's just the sleeve that is surrounding it. But then you pull out the vinyl, and maybe the vinyl has the full on artwork. I don't know, or maybe it's the leaflet, the lyric pamphlet that has the full artwork on the vinyl version. I don't know. I'm just speculating here on why it's a circle instead of a full on artwork. But even then, it's still really good. I don't know if you can see it very well. Oh wait, no. Let's see. No, no. Oh, there we go. No, still not. I'm so sorry for the glare. My stupid windows have no curtains. Anyway. Oh. I think that's the best I could get that at to show you guys. But if you can't tell because of the glare of the windows, it's basically the members of Slayer as zombies walking through a graveyard, and then there's like a tombstone right there, a single tombstone that says Slayer on it. But yeah, and then there's the back, and then I don't remember. I haven't looked at the actual pamphlet in a while, so I don't know if there's any actual pictures in here. No, not really. There's no pictures other than a continuous image of zombified Tom Araya. Yeah. So overall, a fantastic live album, one of the best of all time, in my opinion. Yeah, I might, again, if this video doesn't take too long to upload, I'll do one more video for today, possibly. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.